Hello Beauty News family, welcome to Beauty News. This is the September edition. We are going to be talking about new release beauty products. We do actually have some updates for this episode, and we are going to be getting heavy into the Halloweens and the never-ending collaborations.
Oh my god, so many collaborations. We were writing
90% of this episode is collabs. It's bad.
It's becoming such a joke. Like, some collaborations are done well, granted, but it's getting to the point in the makeup industry, and this could be a whole conversation on its own, getting to the point where it's like brands can only sell makeup if they're like linking it to a property, and it's just, can't you just sell good makeup?
Before we get into the collaboration shit, we are going to give you guys some updates. So first up, Becca is not quite going away. It has been decided that they are going to sell a couple of their most popular products under the Smashbox brand. So the products that they're going to be stocking are the Under Eye Corrector in 4 shades and the Shimmering Skin Perfector pressed in Champagne Pop. So they are cult products of all shades. The one shade that everyone already owns. And soon it's going to become redundant. Because Jaclyn Hill is not promoting Champagne Pop anymore.
No, but she hasn't been for the longest time. I think she did create a fairly universal tone, which is why it's so popular. But they also have Opal, Moonstone, Rose Quartz. Like, there's a lot of other shades in their collection that were just as well regarded. So the fact that they're bringing out only the one shade is a bit shit. But I think what this is, so Smashbox and Becca are both owned by Estee Lauder. I think this was just a behind the scenes. They were shifting numbers around and going, okay, all of these are making a loss. The only products that are selling are blah, 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 blah. How about, can we shift this to another brand so we don't lose that money, but we can get rid of the overheads that having a whole new brand, all those costs associated with it. So I think that it was just this was planned from the very start of announcing that Becca's going.
Probably.
But I just feel like it's a bit shit that if you're going to keep some products, okay, you can't keep them all. But you could at least keep a couple more shades of highlighter, because they were very, very popular and they have been for a very long time. I do want to say though, I quite like the idea that an umbrella company is merging 2 brands, because I feel like there is too much makeup on the market at the moment.
100%.
There are too many brands. And there are brands like Colourpop or Seed that own Colourpop that have multiple brands under the same sort of umbrella anyway. And it's like, why does Huda have to have a skincare line and a different clean makeup line and her makeup line and her perfume line when it can all be under one line? So I feel like consolidating them and simplifying them and keeping the products that sell, I think it's actually something I'd like to see more brands do, because it's just, there's too much on the market right now.
I worry that Smashbox is kind of on their way out as well.
Yeah, I feel like this is a plan to try to save sort of the best elements of both brands. By merging them both and sort of, but whether it's going to work is another story.
Okay, let's talk about
new brands.
Nikki Tutorials. Yeah, she has a new brand. It's coming. The brand name is Nimya, and it has launched. It launched on the 23rd of September, and they launched with a few products. So there was a cooling eye stick, a setting spray, a face cream, which is meant to be like a moisturizer primer in one, a glow serum, and an electric fan, which I don't really get the fan, but cool. It's cool, whatever. I'm actually really excited to see Nikki releasing her own brand. I did watch her release video, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to try this stuff. I'm always interested when it's like an influencer that I respect, but I don't. On the same vein, I have to say that I'm not super excited or wowed by the products.
Yeah, I think that's probably where I stand as well. I'm happy that she's going to get her coin and carve out her little like area in the makeup industry. Like lesser creators have done it much earlier. I'm glad that she's doing it, and it's not just a collaboration. It's her actual like own brand. So I'm glad she's doing it. Whenever I think of Nikki, I don't think of skincare. I don't think of cooling eye stick. I don't think of thick moisturizer. So for me, it was a little bit underwhelming, and I wouldn't personally buy this just because these products for my oily skin, there's nothing here I actually want to try. So I'm looking forward to when she does expand into makeup, which I'm sure she'll do. She's probably already got it working on it at the moment. So
I would say so. Yeah. The last update that we have is from Juvia's Skin. So this is Juvia's Place sister brand, Juvia's Skin. They've released a whole bunch of products. They're fairly reasonably priced. There's a, cleanser, cleansing balm. There's serums and toners and moisturizers and all that jazz. We're not going to go through all of the products. They've even got face oils. The packaging looks really cool. It's bright, it's playful, but the ceramide cream it just reminds me of Estee Lauder. Elizabeth Arden, sorry. Elizabeth Arden.
Yeah, it looks like granny makeup for sure.
It does, it does.
It's so out of place compared to all the rest, like fun, youthful packaging, and then there's like grandma in the corner.
Yeah, Nana Glam.
Yeah, Nana Glam, but yeah. I'm sort of interested, like we did see a shift last year, a lot of makeup brands shifting to skincare, so this doesn't surprise me. I think the price point's pretty good. It sort of mimics where their makeup is on the market, like not elf priced, but not overly priced as well. So I think this is interesting. They brought out a lot though. I'm curious about how good the products are, because I know that they were asking questions about, I think last year they were doing polls about what would people use, what prices would they pay for things. So I feel like bringing out this amount of product
there's 11
quickly,
products. It's a lot.
It feels like it may, like, I don't know, has it been rushed? I don't know. But hopefully it's good.
Before we continue with this week's episode, we do have a sponsor. I love my cat. She's got a bit of an attitude like many cats, but she still has her sweet side. Right now, with spring blooming in Australia, she's starting to sunbake more, which means her routine of meowing at the front or back door is ramping up and our sanity is wearing thin. And while there isn't anything I can do to explain to her that she's driving us mad with her constant let me in, let me out lifestyle, I can have assistance with keeping tabs on her health with Pretty Litter. Pretty Litter is the best litter for your cat. It changes colours to help detect early signs of potential illness, including urinary tract infections and kidney issues. Litter box cleanup is easier with Pretty Litter too. Its ultra-absorbent crystals trap odour instantly and last up to a month. Plus, Pretty Litter is safer for your cat and for the whole household. Many conventional litters contain irritants that can aggravate allergies and asthma, but Pretty Litter's super light crystal base minimises mess and dust. And Pretty Litter arrives safely at your door in a small, lightweight bag. Shipping is free, so you never have to worry about storing bulky containers or last-minute trips to the shops to pick up more cat litter.
I love my cats, but I really hate the mess that comes along with having kitty litter. Of course, I really enjoyed the health indicator of Pretty Litter, but I really enjoyed how neat and convenient it was. It's fantastic at absorbing odours and it doesn't kick up any dust, so it's a lot neater and fresher than other kitty litters I've tried.
Love is putting your cat's health first with Pretty Litter. Do what we did and make the switch today by visiting prettylitter.com and use promo code BEAUTYNEWS for 20% off your first order. That's prettylitter.com, promo code BEAUTYNEWS for 20% off. Again, that's prettylitter.com, promo code BEAUTYNEWS for 20% off.
All right, let's get into collaborations and hold on to your horses. There are a lot of them. This is the biggest section of the episode. It's intense. The first one is from bPerfect Cosmetics. Now, we've seen the 4th installment of their collaboration with Stacey Marie, MUA. The first one was the Carnival palette, and then We saw a whole bunch of different Carnival palettes. This is the Antidote. Carnival, the Antidote. It's a 45 pan eyeshadow palette. There's also liquid eyeshadows that they released alongside it. This is such a massive palette, and I can tell you, I loved this color story. It's a mix of like oranges and corals and berries mixed with cool toned sort of neutrally nude shades and then swampy greens. I had to buy it. I had to try it. I fucking was not impressed whatsoever. Like the shade range, okay, cool. There's nice shades there that I like. But fuck, man, people that were saying good things about this formula, I don't know what worlds we're on because we're on different planets. But I did get a message from someone saying that they own the last palette, that really bright one. And she sent me a video of her swatching hers alongside her friends. Hers is a fucking potato palette. Her friend swatches beautifully. And she said that she's heard, and I've seen a few other people say, there's some excellent palettes out there and some abysmal palettes out there. I obviously got a shit one. So that's an interesting fact, but I'm unimpressed. So I'm never buying bPerfect palettes again. And if anyone's trying to say, oh, they're so great, I'm
never touching that with a 40-foot pole. That's not a risk I'd be willing to take. Okay, another collab, because we've got 100 of them. This is Beauty Bay and Disney, because we definitely need this. We've got 3 6-pan palettes, and they... Look, the colour stories are a bit...
sad.
They look shit inside. I just got to get that off my chest. But the packaging on the outside is really cool. It's that, I can't remember what it's called, but where you move it, the picture changes. And I like that. It's cute. Then we have
the only good thing about this collaboration.
It is, yeah. We've got 3 really suspicious looking lip and cheek duos. And then we have 6 colour eyeshadow sticks. I thought maybe they were selling them in packs. Yeah, they are. Packs of 3. There we go. God. Then sad. Moving
sad.
on. It's sad. Quick, I'm gonna cry. Okay, we've got 2 collaborations from BH Cosmetics, both with like music superstars, really. Mm-hmm. We've got Iggy Azalea and we have Doja Cat. So, let's start with Iggy Azalea. We've got a whole bunch of little 9-pan palettes. There's 3 of them. There's lashes, there's lip products, there's brushes, sponge, mirror, like there's stuff. And this looks like, it kind of reminds me of when I was a really little kid and they used to sell like Barbie makeup sets at Kmart and stuff with like the glittery plastic clear packaging. However, do not buy this for any children in your life because the high shine lip glosses are called Oral Fixation and their names are I'm Psychic, That Was Sexual, and Sex Sells, along with Is It 2004 Yet? So yeah, like this is not, it looks like kids makeup, but it looks,
they're doing a two-faced.
Deceiving. They are doing a two-faced, yes. Then we have Doja Cat. So again, this contains makeup. There's a mega palette, mini eyeshadow palettes in bronze, silver, and gold. I don't know why. There's blushes, loose highlighter, mascara, lip balm, brush set, stuff like that. They're very badly photoshopped images. They're
horrible. They're horrible. Look, and that's what I feel like is wrong about both of these collections. They just look so cheap and nasty. And I think the photos, like with the musicians, they look okay. They look like they're high quality. They put some money behind that photo shoot. But the actual product shots look like they're from AliExpress. They look so bad.
They do.
I do not understand how 2 well-known musicians signed off on this crap. Like that is, it's such a sellout. It's really fucking sad.
Bad.
Like
it's embarrassing.
Yeah, none of these look
I'm
good.
I'm embarrassed for them.
Like only people that would actually want to buy these are fans, and it's purchased.
You
as
can't sell this to your fans. This is bad.
Well, they are.
This this is like not
the shit t-shirts that people sell at gigs and concerts that like rip and fade and peel after a few washes. That's they're beyond this. They should be worried about like their reputation. All right, we've seen sneak peeks, so this is not official photos by any means, but we've seen a new collection coming up from Bobbi Brown in collaboration with Monopoly. And I wish that was the first game that we're seeing a collaboration of this month. It's not. There's more games to come.
What is happening to the world?
I don't know. It's not their holiday collection because we have seen their holiday collection. A few people have said maybe it's their Chinese New Year collection because of money, giving money, which might make some sense. To me, the link between Monopoly and Bobbi Brown is you need to have a lot of money to buy this shit. That's all I can link with this. It makes no fucking sense. Anyway, we don't know when that's being released. We don't have details, but there's photos on the screen if you want to see some of the things coming up. And a lot of them are sort of cult products just repackaged.
Yes, yeah. They do have their vitamin-enriched face base in special packaging.
Not going to lie, I do like that product.
I like that product too. Oh. I really, really like that.
You got me, Bobbi Brown. I do like that
product. I think Bobbi Brown makes some nice products, but I just can't, I can't really take this seriously. The palette looks fucking, I don't even know.
All right, we've seen quite a few collections in September from Colourpop. Surprise, surprise. But we're only going to talk about their collaborations because the other ones are just boring. So if you want to see them, go on the Instagram, do what you want to do. You'll find them amongst all the other boring shit. The first collaboration we saw is with Disney's Tinkerbell. So again, another Disney. It's not going to be the last, which is unfortunate. And this is just a very minty green mixed with nude mauvey colour story. Packaging is quite cute. It's very Tinkerbell. It's that sort of lime green, stars, character on it, all good. There is a sprinkle, a little magic eyeshadow palette. There's 3 Super Shock shadows, 2 glossy lip stains, 3 Super Shock cheeks, and 2 pencils. So that's been out for a while if you wanted it.
Something else that, look, I don't need it in my life. Some people might though, and I'm not going to blame you if you do. Now, technically this is Halloween and we are going to talk about some more Halloween stuff, I think, later. But this is Hocus Pocus and Colourpop. So there is a 12-pan eyeshadow palette. There's like a mirror that's got like little cat ears, very cute. There's a face stamper, Super Shock shadows, some sort of lip product. French Kiss lip creams, there we go. There's that. There's a Hocus Pocus collection.
Yeah, and if it feels like deja vu, they did do this last year. They did do one.
The other round sisters,
Yeah, just round 2. Look, there's a couple of things I do like here. I like the mirror. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I like the mirror.
If you like the movie, this might hit like a little nostalgia button.
Yes.
I like the shades of lip product. I think they were quite safe last year and people were saying it's not very Halloween-like. Now they have a nude, sort of purple berry tone and a black, which is unusual for Colourpop. Oh, another thing I thought was pretty cool is they have a candle, and this is their first ever Soul Body candle, and it is the Who Dares to Light the Black Flame candle.
Flame candle. I want it.
That's cool, isn't it?
I want that in the mirror. Yeah. Look, I don't hate this collection at all. In fact, I actually really like Hocus Pocus, the movie. I think this is a fitting collection for them to release. I do think it's a little bit like, come the fuck on, because you did one last year. They probably did one the year bloody before that we just have tried to repress. But, and like some of the things are cute. The mirror, the candle, yeah, great. Cute packaging. But I just don't, it's just so... It's so much. And also, I don't see a lot of this as being wearable. Like, I mean, a black lip product, it's cool for like 5 minutes.
Look,
and then It's not.
I do agree. However, I do think that when you release a Halloween collection, it shouldn't be a nude palette with a beige lip.
No.
Like, it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't.
And so
It shouldn't.
this is the time to release a black lipstick. And there are people that love black lipsticks and they will stock up at this time of the year. You know, the Stamper liner product that has a little spider, great time to release
cute.
that. Like,
it is a good time, yeah.
So I feel like last year's collection was missing the Halloween vibe to it. Yes, you want it to be wearable in terms of it won't just sit in a drawer until you use it next Halloween, but you want it to have a little bit of Halloween oomph. Okay, so we mentioned collaborations with board games. Well, here we go. HipDot. They've revealed their latest collaboration with Hasbro. This is the Game Night collection. It includes 3 palettes, one for Monopoly, one for Play-Doh, and one for the Ouija board. So you can buy them in a collection or they're sold separately. They ship to the US, Canada, and UK only, but it's been out for a while. It's also out at Ulta. I don't fucking understand this. And like, okay, I understand them individually. Look, Monopoly pops up again. They're trying to make their cash, aren't they? Fucking Monopoly. They're doing
selling
a Disney.
Their soul to the makeup industry.
I think this Monopoly one looks kind of cool. Looks like Monopoly. Play-Doh colours look like Play-Doh. Board. Some people are going to go nuts for the Ouija board. Like, I get it. I just don't get it all together.
No, neither do I. Releasing them all together and being like, Hasbro, I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
It's confusing, that's what it is. Okay, more collaborations and more Halloween and more confusion. Makeup Revolution, looks like we have 50,000, potentially, okay. First up, we've got the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror collection. This is definitely Halloween, we know for sure. Then we have the Corpse Bride collection, which it's available now, and it's been out for quite some time. So I don't know if it was just because Corpse Bride or because Halloween.
They have said, like, you can use it for Halloween looks, so they're implying that it's sort of Halloween-like.
Halloween-ish,
I do want to say, though, we haven't seen anything about the Simpsons collection yet, and it is launching on the 3rd of October, so you're going to have to do your own research if you're interested in that.
Go find it, yeah. And then we also have a DC collection. So this one is themed around Harley Quinn, Joker, Batman, and Catwoman. So yeah, there's a lot of collaborations coming from Makeup Revolution.
Before we do move on to another brand, we have seen another collaboration, which I don't think it's out yet. It's with XX Revolution, which is one of Makeup Revolution's multiple brands. It's with The Matrix. This is butchering a movie that, like, I grew up with. This is such a fucking sad shame. I'm so appalled at this. This is on the par of, like, the 3rd Matrix movie. Like, it let the team down, and this also lets the team down, and it's just...
Oh, God. Oh, wow.
Look, they are spending some big bucks on some big names, and it's a whole pack of shit.
Oh, it looks so bad.
I know.
What are they loose glitters or loose pigments? Because either way, it's a no.
I'm losing my mind. Oh, shit.
It's really bad. Maybe we've entered the Matrix. Maybe that's what's happening.
I hope we have, because that's the only way we can explain away all this crap.
It's the only way I can accept what is currently happening to the makeup industry.
Makeup used to bring me a lot of joy, and buying makeup used to bring me a lot of joy. Now what brings me joy is using the makeup I have and enjoying playing with techniques on my face, because buying the new shit just causes me anxiety. It is, you've had to sift through so much crap.
Yeah.
No, mate.
I know. It's sad. It's really sad. Like, where did quality makeup go? Where did
it's
that
hiding
go?
somewhere, I'm sure. It's got to be somewhere. It's got to be somewhere.
The people that make it are out there, but the brands just aren't hiring them, and it's fucking sad.
That's true. Speaking of fucking sad, Morphe. We've got two collaborations to talk about because they just, they won't roll over and die. So we've got a collaboration with Ashley Strong. So there's the Ashley Strong Affirmation Magic Artistry Palette. There's also two lip duos. These are actually really pretty. There's one that's more of a caramel brown tone and one that's more of a mauvey pink tone. They're very pretty. So lip gloss and a lip liner in those. And then there's also the Ashley Strong Cake Liner Palette. Now this I think is really smart. Previously, Morphe have incorporated cake liners in palettes.
The palettes.
Yeah, but the problem is that if you get it very wet and messy, it goes over to the powders and fucks them up. So at least they've got a 6-pan cake liner palette separate, which I like. I love the packaging of this. I think it's designed really nicely, as in like not how it opens like a book. That's a bit not like a book, like a cupboard. Opens like a cupboard, which is a bit strange. But the sort of swirly design, I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Morphe, which I can get behind. And I think it's good that they separated the cake liners, as you said.
And the lip colours are very pretty. I would totally use both of those. But the second thing they have released is a collaboration with Sour Patch Kids. So that's something that we all need in our lives.
Yes.
There's the Sour Then Sweet Artistry Palette, the Set It Sweet Continuous Setting Mist. I actually kind of want to smell this, because it's in the Watermelon Slice scent, which looks delicious. There's the Pucker Party Lip Gloss, Colourful Crew Beauty Sponge Set, and the Candy Sweet Lip Scrub, and that's in two different
the lip
scents.
scrubs. Yeah. I just want to eat them, because they're the sugar scrubs. They look yum.
I just want to eat Sour Patch Kids. Fuck the palette.
So do I, actually.
Look, this palette,
my mouth is watering.
Yeah, same as mine. I'm like, those sour watermelon lollies. I'm like, yes, please. The thing that irritates me about this palette, it's like 2 rows of matte colour, like rainbow with the black and white and a beige. The bottom row, what is all this pinky purple fucking shimmer? That is so shit. So I guess they're supposed to add that frosty look that the powder, like the sugar look, like gives on the candy. But they could have done that with one shade, because all of these shades look identical, which is a real
I agree.
lame-o move.
Yeah, look, I'm not going to be buying that one, but I might be buying that one.
Be buying some Sour Patch lollies when we go to the shops
just
next.
rub it on my face. Yeah, that's all I need to do, really. Just get the Sour Patch lollies.
Yeah, that's true.
Next up, we have Odin's Eye and the legendary Diversa collection. So this is 3 palettes created with 3 YouTubers, each containing 12 shades each. So we have the Fancy Face with a Hummingbird palette, Annette's Makeup Corner with the Giant Wolf palette, and Judy with the Red Dragon palette. These are available now if you want them. Basically, there's like a blue with some pops of colour, there's a reddy warm palette, and then there's more of like a
cool
Annette's
toned,
one
smoky.
Is quite smoky, cool toned.
Look, they can take some good photos. This brand can take some good photos, and I do like that they've sort of drawn, and this is what they do with their packaging. They always draw images, but they've got the influencer, and then incorporated is the sort of animal that has inspired them, which is the animal that they chose is linked to where they live or where they come from.
Right.
So there is a little bit of like history behind it, and it's quite personal. So I think that's nice. We scrapped this off the list, but I kind of want to talk about it very quickly. Orly have released a Lisa Frank collection. I'm not going to go into detail about it, but there's some fun colours and a cool topper with like dots. So Lisa Frank, there you go. Lisa Frank, she's a pain in the ass and has been, again, milking the makeup industry and ripping them off for a long time, but at least these colours are cool.
It's like, it's all the truth. It's the truth. Next up, we have a collaboration and holiday all balled into one. This is the Shuamora Christmas collection. It's with Hello Kitty. It's called Rock the Party. Sparkling Rock Night with Hello Kitty. I mean, cool. So there's eye palettes, lipsticks, cleansing oil, highlighter, eyelash curler, foundation brush, eyebrow pencil, the makeup box that they do every year, lip coffret as well. It's launching in like October and November, depending on where you are in the world. But this is, it's very rock Hello Kitty inspired.
So this is very Shiramura. They do this every single year. They usually pick a cartoon. At least the last couple of years they did. Then they chose Mario a few years before that. So they always bring out like a collection with a property as their holiday collection. And they bring out the same types of products every year. So Hello Kitty, brands need to stop collaborating with Hello Kitty. There's too much Hello Kitty makeup out there. So, but that's just my opinion. All right, another Disney collaboration. And this one is... we haven't seen it from this brand before, so doesn't surprise me, but it is slightly different. Sigma Beauty. They have launched a Cinderella collection. Now, this is quite typical of the collections they've been releasing lately, but it is with Disney. They've got to do it. That's how you sell makeup these days. In the collection, there is a 14-pan eyeshadow palette, a cheek duo that contains a blush and a highlighter, a lip duo that contains a satin-matte liquid lipstick and a high shine lip gloss, and also a brush set that comes in a bag. So there's 5 brushes, 2 face, 3 eye, in a sort of sparkly makeup bag, or you could buy the full collection. Now, it only launched, I think, last week. I actually have to say, we were sent this just randomly. They've lifted their game with quality.
Oh, have they?
Yeah. The colours, might not be for everyone. I'm wearing it on my eyes today. It's quite blue heavy. Cinderella, what do you expect?
Makes sense.
But the quality is very nice. I was very surprised. I'm wearing the matte liquid lipstick today, as well as eyeshadows. If you like Cinderella but are unsure about Sigma eyeshadow quality or makeup quality, they've actually done what we don't usually see, or the opposite of what we usually see. We usually see brands cheapen things for collaborations. Yeah. But you think their quality is very nice.
Stepped up the game. Wow. Yes. All right.
And the brush handles, they're like a blue, but they're holographic light blue.
Wow, okay,
they're
nice.
Very pretty, so.
I do feel like Sigma has been trying to improve their makeup formulas over recent years.
And I feel
especially
I feel like
those
this is where
that they released.
That
put them on the radar for me. Yeah.
But I definitely think that this collection is surprisingly good if you like the colour story. Like, if you don't like the colour story, fine. Good. I've just got it here because I was doing a few days ago, I was doing a review of it. But look, peachy, gorgeous, applies very nicely. So
nicely. Good.
If you like it, I do recommend it.
Here's something that listen, I am so curious to see what people think about this when they buy it and try it. It is a new collaboration with Urban Decay. This is our favourite brand to see collaborations from. This is with Marvel Studios.
Have we seen a good superhero collaboration?
Never.
I
Not
don't think
a single one.
It exists.
We haven't. No. So there's a pop-up, 3D pop-up 15-pan palette. There's 2 highlighters, I think, that I just... These highlighters... I don't even know, what am I supposed to say about this? What can I say?
We don't have much information about this. This was just sneak peeked, and I think it's coming in October. So, again, we don't have all the information, but it is for the Eternals. So we don't have official information. This was sort of, I think, accidentally posted on, Sephora. So people grabbed images when it was accidentally put up. So this is all very early, but I feel like what they're doing is they're almost doing an Urban Decay with this, pop-up, random shit, ugly shades. But do you know what this looks like to me? Hip Dot. This should be Hip Dot quality.
Urban Decay used to do a lot of big, ornate pop-up palettes, and I feel like it was cool back in the day, but
it was also,
and I feel like it would still be cool if their quality was good.
I also feel like they put in a lot of effort in the whimsy of the pop-up back in the day. Like, I remember one that they did ages and ages and ages ago was with Alice in Wonderland and stuff. And I feel like it was just a lot more whimsical.
That was so cool.
Look, looking closely at the palette, there is some detail there that could look really cool when you're opening it and looking at it front on. I just feel like it's lost in this image. So maybe there is a little bit more detail and a little bit more love put into this than we're implying and we're dismissing it. Maybe it is much cooler in person, but I've been burnt by Urban Decay multiple times.
Yes, me too.
I feel like this is just salt in the wound. Like,
Look,
I don't think
they
this
couldn't
is gonna be
even
great.
they couldn't even get the Prince collaboration right. Like, I can't. Okay, let's move on to a few holiday Christmas collections. So we've seen Bobbi Brown's. This is very bland Christmas.
It's generic Christmas.
It's generic Christmas, kind of. Like, it would pass as not Christmas. But it looks like there are, there's eyeshadow palettes. I think the most interesting thing for me are actually the eyeshadow sticks. These look like they could potentially be duochromes. But yeah, there's heaps of different eyeshadow palettes. There's,
a lot of different sets and
lip
packs.
products, mini sets, and some like face duos. Some of those colors are also nice. I do like the Bobbi Brown shimmer bricks, so there's that. And there's brush sets and of course stacks of packs.
Even though this looks really generic on the boxes, so it's white with like gold stars and details, the actual packaging of some of the products look really nice. There's a lot of detail and it looks quite nice quality. So
the duos do look pretty.
Yeah,
like,
so I feel like
sort of textured.
Yeah,
packaging.
I feel like the quality is put more into the actual physical packaging and not the outer box, which I would prefer anyway. So
yeah,
that's good.
Fair. We have seen a sneak peek of Hourglass's holiday collection. There are 2 ambient lighting edit palettes. There's one in Universe and one in Universe Unlocked, of course. They look fairly similar. One of them has the sort of marbled blushes and, well, all marbled product. The other one only has the bronzer marbled.
Each palette contains a finishing powder in a large pan, 2 blushes, a bronzer, and a strobe powder. So there is a good sampling of products here if you want to test Hourglass products out. Does look like there's one lighter and one deeper, but they have been known to manipulate photos into making things look deeper than they actually are. So this is one that I would recommend swatching in store if you can before you buy. Speaking about darker palettes, they have also released the Ambient Lighting Palette Volume 3. Now, shit hit the fan with Volume 2 because they did market it as being for deeper skin tones. They used a deeper skin tone model. They made the image of the product shots look a lot darker than they actually are. But in reality, all it was a warmer version of their first, which is for lighter skin people. So they copped a lot of backlash for that. And I think that they promptly decided to start making one that is for deeper skin tones. And that's what this one is. I would presume that this is permanent, whereas the last 2 products are just holiday. I can't imagine them releasing this just for holiday. Again, they would cop a lot of shit for that.
It's not actually in their holiday packaging anyway. It's in their permanent line packaging. So I'd say that this is like they're adding this to the range. They're expanding the range.
Yeah, I think they just released it at the same time.
Yes.
I think they just tacked it on the end of their holiday release, being like, oh shit, we've been in hot water over not releasing a diverse enough option. So let's just throw one in with the holiday release. So this contains Eternal Light, which is a golden amber finishing powder. There's Transcendent Light, which is a warm sienna, and Prismatic Strobe Light, which is a rich copper metallic. So they're all illuminating powders. They're not highlighters. They're the ambient lighting powders.
Yes.
All right, last holiday collection before we get on to just normal releases, which we should praise because so many collaborations. We've got some. I'm surprised we've got any, and we shouldn't be putting them right at the end because we should say yes, releasing permanent makeup, go you good thing. So Pat McGrath has launched some of the holiday collection, mainly just the eyeshadow palette, let's be real. That's available now and the rest of the items are coming soon. So there's the Mothership Mega Celestial Odyssey palette. That's available now. There's 2 shades of Luxe eyeshadow quads. There's the Skin Fetish Sublime Skin Highlighter in Lunar Nude. There's 2 shades of Divine Blush and Glow Trios, and there's 2 shades of Lust Luxe Lip Balms, which are the pot lip balms. Mm-hmm. Now, it's all starting to look like Pat McGrath is all blurring into one. I do quite like the trios, like the face trios. There's 2 blushes that they released recently and then a highlighter with it. But when it comes to the big palette, what's your thoughts? The wasted space is going to drive people bananas.
I don't like the wasted space. And the colour story is not for me. I do see some there that I like, but I like them because they're so shiny on their swatch images. It's not because I actually am super drawn to the colour. Okay, we're going to get into the normal releases and we're starting with ABH. So, they've released a new eyeshadow palette. This is called the Primrose palette. It is it's a 12 pan. Technically there's 12 pans, but it would appear that there are 10 eyeshadows and 2 gigantic pans of blush. It looks kind of brown and mauvey-ish in the pan, but then when you look at the swatches, it's like pink.
Yeah, it's very pink. Look, some people like pink. It's not for me personally. I do like their formula. So if you'd like this colour story and you're fairly new to makeup and you're like, I've never tried Anastasia Beverly Hills, their formula is very nice. When I see this though, do you know all I can think of? I think that Anastasia has taken the reins back from Norvina. That's all I think. I'm like, Anastasia is back in the house because this is Anastasia to a T. Boring, but flattering and very wearable. But
and I like that.
Fuck. Yeah.
Give me the boring, flattering makeup. That's all.
That's good quality. I'm so into instead of... I feel like I'm going against what the makeup industry is pushing down my throat, which they're like, buy all the 100%. Fun, exciting stuff. And I'm like, no, I want the boring stuff that makes me look pretty. I'm down with this concept. I just don't like this particular palette, but I love their quality. I think the quality is really nice.
I'm not going to buy the palette. It does also give me a bit of like Bare Minerals vibes.
Yeah.
And I got them coming out my wazoo, so
that's true.
I don't need this one.
Beauty Blender have launched a new foundation. This is the new Bounce Always On Radiant Skin Tint. So it's supposed to be more, I guess, it looks like it's more liquidy than their past foundation, which was quite thick. It's supposed to have 12-hour wear with a light, medium, buildable coverage. It's a natural, radiant, skin-like finish. It's infused with skin-loving ingredients like hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, etc., etc., etc. And it's available in 20 flexible tone-adapting shades, which is representative of their 40 full coverage foundation collection. So it's available now for $29 US. This makes a lot of sense to me because they're pretty much only known for their sponges and their foundation concealer range. Yeah. So adding a lighter coverage foundation makes a lot of sense. There we go.
We have a new release from M Cosmetics. This is the Cosmetic Pearl eyeshadows. So these are basically like shimmery eyeshadows. There's 7 shades, but it's a pretty restricted like color group. I don't know. Yeah. They look pretty similar to me. They're all available now at M Cosmetics, and I don't know, man. These, I feel like they look pretty in the pan, but swatched, they just look like pretty plain.
Look, I have to agree with you. I like M Cosmetics eyeshadows. I've tried one of their sort of like mini six-pan palettes, and I really, really like the quality. For just every day, they're sort of like similar to NARS. You know how NARS is just really easy to apply, easy to blend, makes the eye look really nice, but isn't too like bold. Very similar to that. I feel like this is them trying to get onto the more like pop of metallic sort of add a bold element to their range. But like you, I feel like this is so boring. To me, this looks like a gradient of like light beigey pink through to slightly deeper pink, deeper pink, deeper pink, and then you get to like a mid-toned pink. It's so boring. And I also feel like the swatches, they don't look that impressive. You feel like you could probably get your generic Morphe palette and get a decent shimmer quality out of that that would look similar. But I also have to say M Cosmetics are very good at not over inflating their images. They don't Photoshop it like someone like Pat McGrath might do and do fancy lighting to make it look even better than it is in person. What you see is pretty much what you get.
Yeah, I appreciate that, because that means if I buy something based on what I'm seeing from M Cosmetics, because I like what I'm seeing, I'm getting what I was expecting.
The only problem is that compared to other products on the market, this does look very wishy-washy. If you're looking at a cream metallic eyeshadow.
It doesn't look like something that I don't already have in my collection, basically.
But if they did have shades that I want, I don't like pinks, so none of this actually
fair.
I don't want a frosty white, I don't want pinks. If they did have shades that I would actually wear, if I was ordering from them, I'd probably try one. All right, we've got some new products from Fenty, and this is a collection inspired by 3 popular shades of their Gloss Bomb lip glosses. So the shades are Fenty Glow, Fussy, and Chocolate. So pretty much what they've done is they've released a Diamond Bomb palette, which is a highlighter palette, 3 shades inspired by those 3 lip glosses. There's the Bomb Posse eyeshadow palette. This is a 12-pan eyeshadow palette, again inspired by those 3 shades. So you have sort of like a soft nudie pink section, a more caramel middle section, and then more of a chocolate brown section. And then they've also recreated those shades in the Gloss Bomb Heat formula. They've also released the Fly Liner in the shade In Big Truffle, which is a crisp brown liquid eyeliner. So this is all a very nude collection. They've gone into the nudes, and they're, choosing shades that obviously work well for a lot of people because, well, at least in lip gloss form. To me, this is sort of like a smart move. It makes sense. It's a very safe move, but they've gone so pedestrian. Like the palette looks like plain. Too Faced. The palette looks like something Too Faced brought out 2 years ago, which was inspired by their foundation collection. So I feel like Fenty is playing it safe big time. But if these are the shades that sell, I'm sure if you love one of those lip glosses, you can sort of justify buying the other products, which is probably what they're relying on.
I'm not gonna lie, the eyeshadow palette, like if there was ever going to be an eyeshadow palette I was going to buy from Fenty, it would be that one. That's the palette that I would want, because that's the one that I would just find the easiest to wear. And I am curious about their eyeshadow formula. I've never tried it for myself, and I like to try things for myself, because often what other people say is great doesn't turn out to be, a favourite of mine.
To you.
So, I mean, they're going to do whatever they want to do. You do you, boo. And I don't know, maybe I probably won't buy it.
All right, we're seeing a new collection emerge from Glamlight. Now, as of filming this, we've seen 2 palettes, but they are implying that there's more coming. So hopefully, as we talk through this, we'll have updates on the screen. But this is launching pretty much when this video goes up. So if you're interested in any of these, that's when you can buy them. So this is the Happy Hour collection from Glamlight. Glamlight is known for their food-inspired makeup. Pretty much the only collections they've done, or the releases they've done that hasn't been related to food, is their paint palettes. and their collaboration with that Michaela TikTok person.
Yes.
Which was a huge success. So, you know, clearly that's probably a direction they'll start going to in the future. But this one is inspired by your favorite drinks, like alcoholic drinks. So they're saying inspired by favorite cocktails, wines, and spirits transformed into makeup. Now, so far we've seen 2 palettes. So the first one we've seen is the Dirty Martini palette, which is an olive toned green palette. I love that color story. I think it's very nice. And then we've seen the wine palette, which is a purple palette. There's only one wine shade here, and the rest look like offcuts from the Michaela collection. But you know, it is what it is.
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
I hate the wine bottle. I hate it.
I know, it is so
absolutely
cringe.
Infuriating me.
I feel like their graphic designer, the Dirty Martini one's not that bad, but the wine one, I don't think they've ever had a bottle of wine in their lives.
Moving on to Haus Labs. So we have a new and limited edition eyeshadow palette. This is called Love for Sale. It is an 18 pan eyeshadow palette, and it looks like Urban Decay Born to Run.
Yeah,
and
it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be $48.
So they're saying it's timeless glam meets next level formulas made by Lady Gaga. 18 innovative high performance shades made in Italy with superior blendability and single swipe true to pan color payoff. Super capitals, limited quantities. If the palette was that good, why would they have it as super limited quantities? Like, I can imagine a lot of people loving this color story because it's almost got like it almost has like a 9-pan chunk that looks like a bridal, very, very nude bridal makeup. And then it's got the Born to Run sort of more
vibey.
Darker colors that pair really nicely with nudes. This could be one that a lot of people wear every day. If it's that good, why is it super limited quantities? I don't understand that. All right, Kaleidos have launched their Apple collection. So I'm excited about this because I love this formula. They've released new shades of the Cloud Lab Lip Clay. That is it clunks right out of your face hole, as Hailey would say. That is a clunky fucking name. Every time I try to say that, I'm like, I can't say that. I can't say it. It's horrible. Yeah. It's a bad name, but a great product. So they've released 8 new shades. They're in 2 tins. So you can buy the collections like in the 4-pan tins. I think you can buy them in a full collection. And now you can also buy them individually. They did release 2 tins in their last collection, and I think some feedback they had was that people wanted to try them but they didn't want to buy the 4-pack. Yes. Now they're releasing everything individually, or you can create your own 4-pack. So they are making it a little bit more flexible. So yeah, they've added new shades, and the shades are quite different. So they're mainly pinky, mauvey, berry toned, including a black. So one pack has more like lighter shades, pinks and purples, like a lavender, and then the other one is much more rich, so like berries and black and dark reds and stuff. They've also launched in that collection a new version of their lip mask. So in their last collection they released like a transparent blue one. This is the Apple Glaze Softening Lip Mask, and it's like a red tint. So that's all available now. I think the big news here is that you can buy these products now individually and not having to buy the set. But yeah, they're just expanding on the range, and I think it's a very innovative lip product, so I'm glad to see them release more of them.
They're really nice, like comfortable mattes too. And that's coming from someone who's like, my lips are falling off my face as we speak with dryness. But I still appreciate those lip products. Okay, Menagerie Cosmetics. We're seeing a sneak peek of an addition to the Arthurine Blush collection, but this time they're going with what is going to be a highlighter. So we haven't seen what it looks like yet, but it is there, it is coming.
And the packaging is very cute. Yeah.
It is cute. There is also a new collection. This is called Indigo Ink. It contains a palette which has 12 shades in it and also 2 Velvet Matte liquid lipsticks. This is, it looks like it's inspired by like Under the Sea blues and purples and amazing rich vibrancy, but it's
seaweed.
I don't really it's old seaweed on the beach. Try it out.
Yeah. Look, I agree with you. See, I have their first purple palette and I love it. It's a very cool toned purple palette. And you know how people always say purple eyeshadows are the hardest to formulate? They've nailed it. They've done a great job at creating beautiful purple eyeshadows. So I actually saw this. I was looking for that palette. I was Googling it, trying to find an image of it. And I came across this palette, just the packaging coming soon to their website. And I was like, awesome. It's going to be a warmer toned version. It's going to be some burnt colors in there. Maybe some like, I was looking at the image and I was like, okay, there's going to be some rad purple shades in there and some nice complementary shades to it. When I saw the reveal, I was like, this is not the same palette. This is so disjointed. I do not get it. And it was a real disappointment. Even though there's some shades in there that I would like, overall, I personally don't get it. And if you're going to do a secondary palette to your very popular purple palette, you at least want it to have shades in there that will complement the first. This doesn't even make sense in that sort of range. So I'm a bit confused by this one.
I don't know. I kind of feel like this doesn't really complement itself.
Yeah, I agree.
It just looks a bit clunky. We do have a couple of releases from Milk Makeup, and look, the only reason we are talking about these is because they're releasing something that looks like a doohickey that I want to purchase. So there's a couple of cheek product or liquid blushes. They're calling them the Bionic liquid blushes. There's also the Hydro Grip eye primer, and then there's this thing, which I don't even know what it is, but I so want it. It is apparently the Sunshine Under Eye Tint and Brighten pen. It looks like a Cyclops rolly pen. I want it. I want it. That little ball on the tip, you sold me. Sold!
That's interesting, isn't it?
I don't know why I'm so drawn to this crap, but I am drawn to this crap. And I'm going to buy it.
It's interesting.
If it launches in Australia.
Yeah, which it probably won't.
No.
They're calling it a 3-in-1 under eye tint plus brightener plus hydrator. So it's light coverage and gives a no makeup effect. I have bags that I don't think will do well with that.
No.
So I don't think this is for me. But like you, it is intrigued. I'm intrigued by it. It's supposed to be a massaging roller ball, and it's supposed to be antimicrobial protection. So you don't get your COVID in your concealer.
Correct. There's no plague in my concealer. My issue with it is like the rolly ball factor. So it's clicky pen, so that's how it sort of dispenses the product. But then like the cooling roller ball, I think cooling roller balls are an absolute crock of shit. I'm just going to put it out there. Because if they've got the product coming up from underneath the roller ball, as you're rolling the ball to like cool the area, which takes some time, you are dispersing more and more and more product. Now, if that's an eye serum or an eye cream, fine, you can wipe away the excess. But this is meant to be a tinted product, so you're just going to be rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling product onto your eye.
Yes and no, though, because if you have the click, you only dispense a certain amount. So it will stop at some point. What I don't like about them for this type of thing, and it's the same with any fiddly applicator, little brush, little sponge, whatever it happens to be, is you put it on your face with this doohickey and then you've got to blend it out anyway.
You've got to blend it out anyway. Yeah,
because
absolutely.
the roller is not going to blend it seamlessly, so you still have to go in and do these ones. So why not just do that in the first place?
Do that anyway. Also, my issue with the clicky pens, and it makes me think of like the what is that clicky concealer that had like the little sponge tip? I can't think of the name of it.
Maybelline.
Maybelline, the Age Rewind.
Age Rewind,
When you clicked that and you wait and you wait and you wait and you wait and nothing happens, so you click it again and rinse and repeat until you get sick of it, so you click, 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 and then it comes up and then it keeps coming and coming and coming and coming. That's why I don't really like these clicky pen things, because I feel like their function is kind of crap.
Well, the product has to get through so many mechanisms to get to your eye that it is, there's issues along the way. All right, we've seen a new palette from Natasha Denona. Now, this did launch early in September, so it's old news now, but whatever. It's the new retro eyeshadow palette. Now, this is $65 US. The pans are, I think, the mid-size pans. So they're not the minis, they're not the large size. They're the midi-size pans. There's 15 shades. It's her new standard sort of format that we've been seeing time and time again. And this is a very mauvey palette. I don't see how this is an expansion of the mini retro. The mini retro came out about a year ago, a bit longer. And it was pinks and that sort of grey greens. And it was a really interesting contrast because it was a colour story that we didn't see too often. And it made like a cool, like vintage kind of vibe. I don't see that here at all. Pinks,
it just looks mauve to me.
It's just a mauve, boring palette. And I feel like for 15 shades, why is there so many repetitive shades here? Like it's so
it looks like a Colourpop
boring.
palette. Like a Colourpop, when they do their colour capsule palette.
More muted, mauvey, purpley shades. If you like that.
It's a romantic palette.
It doesn't suit me. These are colours that make me look ill, so I can't. I can't relate.
All right, let's do our last thing, and it's actually Halloween. It should have been in the Halloween category, but that's fine because it's October, guys. It is. Is it October 1st when we're releasing this?
In Australia, it is.
In Australia it is. So, I feel like this is fitting. So this is from Nomad Cosmetics. It is the Haunted Europe colour story. So this is an 18 pan palette. And again, it has one of those image shifty things.
But done in such a better way than the
really
Disney
cool.
one.
It's really, really cool. I love it. Look, the colour story is not for me, but that's fine. I really like the external vibe of the palette though, and I feel like in terms of like Halloween makeup that's kind of a bit more on the wearable scale, I feel like this kind of falls into that, like we were talking about with the Hocus Pocus palette that Colourpop released last year. So yeah, I don't hate it. I'm not going to buy it though.
I do really love the outer image. So it looks like a portrait on a wall, like an old portrait. And then when you shift it, it looks sort of like spooky and it turns, there's like a skull and someone's wearing like a veil, red veil over their face.
Yeah.
I think it's a really cool concept. These colours I quite like. These are not colours I wear every day, but these are the sort of muted colours that I can easily incorporate with a nude palette. Like, take that Fenty boring palette and pair it with this and you can create a lot of sort of different looks. So I do like this. I think it suits the theme. And I haven't seen something like this, which is cool. I feel like brands often go really gothic and really like over the top spooky. This is like a subtle spooky, which I vibe with. I think this is really, really
I like
cool.
it as well. Yeah, Halloween is often like they go hard with the spooky or they go spoopy, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm not really interested in either category, but I like it when it feels like there's a little bit more thought put into it. So you can... this makes me think of those people who are Halloween lovers like I'm a Christmas lover, where I'm fucking waiting every single day of the year. I'm like, come on, Christmas time. And I know that there are people who feel that way about Halloween as well. And I feel like this is the kind of makeup that they wear all the time. And I love it.
I was going to say, I think this is smart because it's something that you can take from Halloween through to your daily life. Yeah. So I think it's done. And that's what I like about makeup these days. I feel like you get, and I understand when brands collaborate with cartoons or whatever, and they put images everywhere and it's in your face. Like, this is what the collaboration is. And that can be, that appeals to a certain market. But at the same time, it can cross over into gimmick makeup, merchandise makeup, children's makeup. Whereas this type of theme where it's subtle, I do have to also say I feel like the Sigma Cinderella one is also subtle enough that you could use it every day and it not be like Cinderella. I feel like that's where I'm preferring the sort of themes and gimmicks to go, because I'm more inclined to reach for those products on a daily basis when I'm not being shoved Mickey Mouse in my face whenever I'm doing my morning makeup. So I think that subtlety is what I prefer these days. So I like it.
All right, guys, so that is it for us this week, this month, this episode. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Before we go, we do need to dedicate this episode to a Beauty News VIP, and this week's VIP is Andi with an I. Thank you, Andi with an I. I love your username. It's really cool. And thank you to everyone who supports Beauty News in whichever way you choose to do so. Kat, what are our emojis for the episode?
Okay, so if you're new here and you haven't figured out what we're doing, we're going to read out some emojis and you have to guess in the comments what it was related to. So, first one is a top hat, a dog, and money. So
that one's so hard. You'll never get it.
It's so hard. It's very, very difficult.
Never going to get it.
But let us know in the comments if you've made it to the end.
And also let us know what your favourite collab was down in the comments section. I'm very curious to know. Are you still interested in them, or are they dead to you? Kind of like they're becoming dead to us.
Yeah, yes, definitely. I feel like we're ahead of brands in terms of they jumped on the collab train too late. Yes, but I'm sure there's people out there that are still loving it. Yeah. So.
And I think because we are so on the pulse with it, we're the first people to get sick of stuff.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
So, yeah. But anyway, guys, we hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and we will catch you in the next one. Bye. Did you cut out? Oh, can you hear me?
I was going to say, I'm going to nod and pretend I know what you're saying because I can't hear you at all.
I don't know where that stopped, but it just cut out for me and I heard nothing.